Palpatine's lightsaber.
I'll appreciate it, he says.
Buy one.
Marley and
the full power of the dark side.
Marley.
He's so versatile. I'm so glad we have a Lansing.
Oh, so how was, well, actually, let's start with this. Let's say this. Let's say, what's up, guys, and welcome to the Quick Kids Podcast. Episode number 93.
We did it.
We did it. We've reached our goal. 93 was our original goal. No, just kidding. 93, we're getting there. We're almost to 100. I am your host, Tim LeBeau, alongside Stephen Landy.
I don't have a
silent hello.
Isn't a shtick.
Stephen is yet to develop a shtick.
I don't have a shtick.
He's gonna find one of these days.
He's a man of 1,000 voices.
Look, I'm just here as eye candy. That's really my job.
I wonder if I could introduce Stephen as here with Christopher Lloyd, and then he would say hello as Christopher Lloyd, and then Kermit, and then whatever other voices.
Oh,
see, there it is.
They do have hats in Magic Kingdom that just say "Hi ho."
Hi ho. I did,
that
really
could be. There you go.
The only thing I once wrote it on a friend's her ping pong paddle, from training. So because I did my Kermit voice, and she was like, "Oh, you gotta write something from Kermit." So I went, "Hi ho."
There you go.
Oh, that can be misconstrued.
You ever seen Beer Fest? I was playing ping pong and ding dang
afterwards.
I know Johnny knows it.
Pretty
I was playing ping pong and ding dang. Love that movie.
That was just on a little while ago.
Classic.
Pancakes.
Yeah. I watched Anchorman 2 the other day. Has anybody ever seen that one?
Love Lamp.
No.
Oh, I was cracking up.
Anchorman, classic.
Have you seen the second one?
Careful of the guns. They'll get you.
I don't know if you heard, but I was on number 1,000. Anyway, Mrs. Sarah Castano.
Hey, howdy, hey. I almost said, hey, girl, hey, but that's something else.
And Mr. John Castano.
Hi.
Please slap that like button as hard as you can. Subscribe, listen, enjoy,
share.
We bring you conversation.
Disney. Really, just tell your friends as if you guys are doing anything.
Yeah,
tell your friends.
At the very least, turn to the right and say, "Hey, listen to these people," or text or something.
So anything.
Put us on while you carpool.
It's the greatest podcast
ever
of all time. It's the greatest podcast. I love that everyone's divided on the screen by walls. You have these digital walls. Okay, we all have. It's such wonderful how friends get together. They have a podcast. It's really a wonderful thing.
Oh my God!
You should be part of it.
I gotta tell you. Okay, you want to be part of this? Okay, you gotta like it. You gotta like it. You gotta follow. All right. Let me tell you, they're doing great things, wonderful things, great things. Okay, I love it.
See, celebrity endorsements. Now we're getting to that time of year slowly where my favorite time of year, where the Halloween season's rolling in.
Spooky season.
The fall weather will be here soon, and it'll be
Halloween
soon. I look forward to seeing all those people up on what do you call that little neighborhood you guys live in there? The Heights?
Garden Heights.
Yep. All right.
The Heights is about Washington Heights, but also I appreciate the Lin-Manuel.
Yeah, that's what I was going for there.
Johnny wouldn't have gotten it. It's fine.
Anyway.
He wouldn't have gotten it?
Before we go any further.
In his own house?
Yeah, Johnny doesn't do Lin unless it's in Moana or Encanto.
Does Johnny have a new little Disney thing up to the right there? I see. I don't think I recognize that one. Has that always been there?
Which one?
Up to the right.
Well, I guess it'd be your left, Johnny.
Pointing
Up.
at
Higher. Yeah, right there. There you go.
Cotton
Right,
cold.
that right there.
the
That's
picture.
been there for a while.
Oh, I changed that. I
Those
changed that.
rotate every week.
I change that picture every once in a while.
Oh, all right.
I have one too.
Looks
Me.
new to me.
Oh,
I'm like Charles Manson, the Family Guy. If I haven't seen it, it's new to me. Anyway,
I got my orange bird up instead of my normal Cape Cod sign.
By the
No,
way,
Cape Cod. Ow.
Sarah, you completely missed it.
Oh, what?
I said Johnny would get it in his own house.
In his own house.
Mm.
Sorry. I got it. I
anyway,
still doesn't get it.
I don't get any of it.
did you guys, Johnny and Sarah just came back from Disney.
Mhm.
Um,
We did a little Boo to You, which was fantastic. And that song got stuck in my head for approximately 4 days after, nonstop. Not mad,
took me 144 hours.
just guesstimating. No less.
How was the Mickey Not So Scary? Did you guys go? You guys went, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And
It was a little
everybody
rainy,
says,
but it was fantastic.
It was good.
how are the wait times for rides during that particular event?
Not bad. I mean, it's basically what was I think Mine Train was like 20-25 minutes.
Oh yeah, so that's
and
good.
like Peter
Yeah.
Pan was around the same, but everything else was
Like walk-ons, essentially.
pretty much. But you kind of you have to like choose. You're either gonna ride rides or you're gonna
Or trick or treat.
or you're gonna you can do that because it's on the way to rides. It's
Yeah.
but you can't like try to experience all the rides and like go to the show. Like we saw the Hocus Pocus show because
Mhm.
it was basically just them singing one song. But we didn't see we didn't make it back to the front for the fireworks because we were riding rides. So it was like we saw the fireworks from Thunder Mountain, which was cool, but we didn't see the
Incredible.
whole show incorporated. So you got to kind of decide what you want to do. Like I don't even remember seeing the character lines. I wasn't even like on my radar to even look for those.
No.
And did you trick or treat or?
Mhm. And James was very smart and figured out if he stood next to me where I was trying to take it all in, I was not paying attention to my trick or treat bag and successfully pilfered every piece of candy out of my bag for the first like 3 stops on the treat trail, except for one package of Starburst. Everything gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened to my bag? And he looks at,
If you're a Starburst fan, you get a lot of Starburst.
somebody posted that those were left over from Easter. That's why the packages are like pastel colors.
I like-
maybe.
I like Starburst.
I mean, the
Yeah.
whole thing incorporated. I mean, you're gonna walk by a ride. You just walk through the trail. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty. You don't have to go your way for those.
We did Splash Mountain at night again, which I think is the boys' favorite time to do it.
Yeah.
It's scarier.
It's probably the best time. I think
Yeah.
everyone would agree with that.
Yeah, and like Space Mountain, we did in the dark, which was cool.
Yes.
It was
James did not like
fun
that.
in the dark. You guys
It's
did
black.
you
It
guys
was. He didn't
you
like
guys
it.
did the teacups, right? I didn't do.
Mhm.
that. Yeah, and they played whatever.
Ooh.
They played a spooky
Teacups.
song.
And then Monsters, we went in Monsters. They did like a Halloween type. You can sit and get up whenever you want because that's like a double candy walk through.
Yep.
Yeah, I seen
And-
that on a.
And we didn't get to go on
YouTube video.
Pirates. Pirates had live actors in it
Yes.
because Pirates kept breaking down all night. Like we'd go
Yep.
by and it was broken down, so we didn't get to do that either.
Nope.
But I mean, overall, it was good. We didn't get to see any exclusive merchandise because wouldn't let us go in the Emporium at the end of the night.
Johnny was very upset about
And
this.
so if you want merchandise, you got to. It doesn't stay open like an hour after closing. You got to go
No.
all.
It ends at midnight. They shut everything
Yeah.
at midnight. And I know we kind of griped about this before on when we came back from our other trip about how they kind of like give the value resorts the shaft as far as busing goes. And I kind of was thinking about it this trip after the Halloween party, which they have park reservations now. They require you to make a reservation, even if you park hop or not. Disney knows how many people from Resort X is going to this park and why they do not send buses to accommodate, regardless of their price status, baffles me. But then you have an event, an after-hour event like Not So Scary, or you'll have the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party coming up. And it's a limited ticketed event where only so many people, you know where they're staying, you know when they go in because you scan in. It's not like a park hop where maybe they left or maybe they stayed. You know exactly how many people from this resort made it in. We did not get back to our resort until 2 a.m. The event ended at midnight. Just busing issues. And then
like
Caribbean Beach was across the way. They had maybe 13 people in line. They had about 3 buses come by. Meanwhile, Pop and Art of Animation had like the double pavilions
took over 2
stacked and wrapped out.
I don't know what, six back and forths easily.
It was
All
Yeah.
right.
That was.
Did you have?
that's our only gripe is the busing, which
So
is
how-
always a gripe.
So how are the treats? Any exclusive treats?
We did get to test a new flavor of M&Ms. It's a crunchy cookie. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's already been out. It's been out for a little while. That's the only full size thing they gave.
It was a full size when you first walked in. You got your bag and a full size of this.
But what did we
tasty.
eat? We
And that's
ate the
it? Nothing else
No.
for treats? Come
we had
on.
I ate the
Full
churro.
size. That was the only one. Yeah,
No,
Johnny
not
had
churro.
his. You had a peanut butter churro.
The peanut butter churro. That was a good one. It had like M&M peanut butters on it. And
I also
Peanut butters.
all the butters. I had
what else did I have? You had that.
Who else?
a
with
grave
butters?
digger shake, and then I had a cake pop that's kind of like, remember the push pops when we were kids, and it has the wrapping of the haunted mansion on it. It had a piece of like white
Nice.
chocolate with one of the stretching room characters, and it was like cake mousse, crunchy bits layered in, and then it had like little crunchy orb things on top. It was very good.
Did anybody have the corn cake? That looks like a piece of corn
No.
at
We-
Pickles
no.
Bills.
No, you had the book, the spell book.
I had this Hocus Pocus spell book that was like a buffalo chicken.
course we did.
Hot pocket,
Like
basically.
hot pocket essentially.
It was good.
But it was
Oh,
decorated
yeah,
like
that looked good. I seen that on something. That looked good.
the grave
Yeah.
digger was exclusive, and the buffalo book
That
was,
was exclusive.
exclusive.
But then they were selling like the churro. We saw that our last day. They were selling that, and they were selling the push
My
pop
cake pop.
during the day
Yeah.
too.
All
I mean,
right.
it was
I mean,
good.
it was definitely cool to go to one.
Yeah. Can't wait next week.
I mean, there was
It
people.
was fun to dress up as an adult
Yeah.
in Disney.
Oh yeah. What did you dress up as?
Tailspin.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
The fun thing was seeing like people they just went to dress up and they had nothing to do with Disney. Like we saw a Mario. What else? There was a couple like
Random things.
like Universal's thing, like things that were in like a Universal park. Dress. It was
There was a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
yeah.
Actually, we got off Splash Mountain. We all stopped to use the restroom, and some woman went in afterwards and was like, "What kid says I want to be a giant Michelin Man?" And I was like, "It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He's cooler than the Michelin Man. I'm sorry." Yeah, she had
Although
no
I respect the kid that wants to be the Michelin Man too, though.
yeah, for real.
I mean, that's kind of a cool costume.
I could have been a baby model for the Michelin Man.
All tires matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, for real.
that was
Any
a great
other-
time.
Any other highlights to this trip that you guys would like to share with us before we move forward in this podcast?
We had like the most not productive, but like maybe productive we've ever been on this trip. Like we did the Galaxy's Edge, the Guild Master. We completed that. We're all Guild Masters, all bounty hunters. We collected all 20.
You know, so
When we
that's
went to
new.
Animal Kingdom, we're now senior wilderness explorers. We completed that book.
Wow.
You
when
didn't
we did-
explain the guild thing. It's with the
Oh, you
magic.
can explain it later.
Oh, okay. Nobody knows what you're talking about. This is brand new.
I mean, yeah,
if
I,
you know, you
I
know.
have zero clue on what that is.
It's with the
but
Magic Band Plus. They put a new like
Virtual
or-
scavenger hunt.
right next to where the speeder garage is. They put there's a scan point, and you scan your band, and it's interactive with the play app, and it shows you a bounty you have to go find in Galaxy's Edge. And basically with your magic band, it vibrates
And lights up.
and lights up and kind of makes, you go one way, it turns red, so you turn around and go the other way and start turning green. And once you get to the door, they're all based with doors, you scan it with your phone, and there's a bounty behind the door, and then you have to go back. And there's
It
another
turns
door.
purple.
Yeah, you collect them, then you go back to where you started, but then there's another door on the side where you scan your badge, and like this guild, the head of the guild talks to you through the door, and it's like just a little scavenger hunt thing throughout Galaxy's Edge, but it was good.
It's exclusive to the Magic Band Plus, so I think it's there to. And a lot of people tried with regular Magic Bands and with cards, and I think it's kind of, oh, this is really cool. Look what people are doing, and it just kind of entices more and more people to do the plus. But
it's indirect. It shows like certain character. You'll recognize the characters. You got to go find. I mean, there's Jawas. There's different aliens you've seen throughout the thing, and then the
different bounty.
Big last guy you got to find is
AJ, TJ, CJ.
DJ for
the
Benicio del Toro guy from the
Yep.
8. You got to find him. So,
and he's 10,000 credits.
I don't know what you do with the credits. You get all these credits, but I don't know where they go.
You buy yourself a blue milk.
I wish.
I don't think
like the one with the rum
value or any value.
No,
it's something to do with. It's something to do with the. You get credits for like Smuggler's Run at the end of that. And I guess it saves it on that play app, and then it goes into the Star Wars section of that. What you do with them, I don't know, but
yeah, I've been saying that the whole trip. I had no idea about. Yeah, so we did that, and then we did the Wilderness Explorer. We did that whole book, which we've never finished it before, so we have like 6 partially done books, but we finally finished it. So now we're senior Wilderness Explorers. When we did Epcot, they did the Kid Cot in every country, and we did the Hide and Squeak Ratatouille. And what else did we do? There was something else. Oh, in Magic Kingdom, we did the Pirate School or Pirate Adventure.
The adventure thing that opened back up, so we did.
I don't know about you, Stephen. I didn't do anything last week.
It was sweaty.
and we drank around the world too.
And we drank around. Well, that's par for the course for us. But yeah, it was very productive, very like empowering trip. I don't know. I mean, we did stuff. We saw characters. We rode rides. We ate. And we ate around the World Showcase too, because food and wine is delicious.
I watched Anchorman too.
Food and wine is really good.
Some of us were working.
Yeah, some of us grown people fulfilling
Not
responsibilities.
Responsibilities.
One question I do have: any new drinks this trip?
Johnny tried the Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul tequila.
It's mezcal. It's not tequila. Get it correct. Jeez. No, we did try some new drinks at Morocco, because instead of going to the little stand outside Morocco, we went into the it's the restaurant.
Restaurant Marrakesh.
Nope, that's the one in the back. Spice Road Table.
I
believe whatever it is, the one in the front. You can walk right into the bar.
Everyone's been to the Spice Road Table.
You can get them to make a drink right at the bar, which gives you more variety.
I had some kind of like a mint.
You had a tea thing. I had some sort of. I don't even remember what it was, but
mine was made with gin.
Mine was a pomegranate.
Something.
Whatever that berry is with the C with the little
acai.
That one. Some kind of drink with that.
Yeah.
It was good. Was that anything? Did we try anything else new?
We tried some new foods, but I don't think drink wise anything really. Kind of stuck to our
tequila good?
He ate it with crickets.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, they serve it with some crickets.
They were unsalted.
Yeah. They weren't
was
salted.
It
they weren't salted, so they weren't as good as.
Was it still easy to get on
Guardian?
Cosmic Rewind? No problem.
Yeah. I got boarding groups 30 and 38 or 34 or something.
So we were on the Skyliner like when our group was called, so we had to kind of
hustle. We were like 10 minutes late past it because you had that hour window, about 10 minutes out.
You definitely, if you get one of those first like under 40, under 50 groups, you probably should be there close to opening, because they go through those first like 30 something real fast.
Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, it's a little more load capacity, I think, than like Rise of Resistance.
I mean, it broke down a few times when you check the app, but it didn't. It doesn't break down like Rise of Resistance does.
So we've been on it now 4 times, and we've gotten 4 different songs. So knock on wood. So that's exciting. We got Flock of Seagulls and I already forgot.
Well, that's good.
What was the one we got the second time?
I don't remember. The second ride was the big turns got to me. The second ride, my
Yeah.
stomach didn't feel good after the second ride.
Well, we also got
It's like
drinks at our
some-
resort in those refillable mugs and literally just chugged them on the Skyliner on the way over and then went on that. So I don't think that helped anybody. But anyways, yeah. And then we finally got the boys on Remy. So now I can remember it. But yeah, it was good. It was a good
Yeah,
trip.
so that too, that they like to throw that up to 75-minute wait at the end of the night at Epcot, and it was like 40 minutes. So
From like getting in line to getting off the ride.
yeah, it
What,
wasn't-
Remy?
Yeah.
yeah, they really boost the time on that one. They boosted the time on that one, and what was the other one? There was another ride that was said 40 minutes. We were on, and I think we were on in under 10 minutes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it. But we had gone during the day, like regular, like midday, and it said it was a 75-minute wait. And the line was like through the queue, indoors, outdoors, and like wrapped down the line, like out when you first go in that little section off to the right. And then when we went back at the end of the night, it still said 75, and there were hardly any people in the outdoor queue. So is what it is.
Oh, what the heck was that ride? That's gonna bother me.
Yeah, but I don't mind waiting at
It's
the end of the
Magic
night.
Kingdom.
It's not cutting into my night. It's not cutting into my park time because
No, and
Well, here's
especially
the
if
thing.
you've
We've
We've seen Harmonious a few times, so we just went and stood in line. I mean, if you saw,
Yeah.
So it didn't matter for us to while it was during Harmonious. So
The only downside to that is it ended literally as we were coming out of the building. And then it was an absolute poop show for that Skyliner. We ended up walking over to Boardwalk and taking a Lyft or an Uber or something.
yeah, we did that twice because we walked over to
Magic Kingdom with
we walked over the
Contemporary.
Contemporary too, because the line was just like outrageous for the buses. So we just walked over there, and I mean, it was still, even at the closing time, it was only like $14 for a lift, so it wasn't bad.
nope, I do that all the time. I like that.
I mean, it was $14 for a lift, and then you look on the minivan, it was like $44. So I said,
Wow.
I'll take my chances with the Lyft driver.
Yep.
Feeling dicey.
Was Sunny Eclipse still performing? And
Sure was.
Oh yes, he was.
I mean, he just
Artist
guy
working
doesn't
alien.
stop.
artist working alien. He doesn't take any days off.
He's like a machine.
I mean, yeah, as close as you're gonna get. I mean, he's operating on a whole other level at this point. Rain
I think it was Big Thunder.
He's probably performing as we
Right.
speak.
probably is. You
We
know,
didn't do
I
Big
would-
Thunder. Oh, we did.
I would
Thunder.
bet
I
anything.
think that was like a 7-minute wait. And this was
midnight.
posted
He
for
probably doesn't
higher.
close down. He probably performs for the staff.
He might.
You know, I don't know when the guy rehearses, but he's always on key. I
Yep.
mean,
He
it's
certainly is.
maybe it's because he is an alien and he just has, you know, maybe he has like 6 sets of vocal cords and he just keeps, or 7, one for each day.
He has
You know,
powers we cannot understand.
I just, but let me
He
tell
is
you, one of my favorite
amazing.
things in Disney is going to go see Sunny Eclipse. But on, yeah, it's, you gotta pay homage. Really, you gotta pay homage to probably the longest rating performer. No one's been able to top him. You know,
No one can put entertainment on like that. That's like
no, look, you go
beyond
to
any
Vegas-
level anyone could ever even attain.
No
Exactly.
one plays like Eclipse.
We also got collected all 50 statues. That was the other thing we did too.
This guy,
Magic-
these people were not
Magic
joking, messing around this time. Checking off all the boxes. I like that.
We came, we saw, we conquered.
And I became a galactic hero again.
Oh my goodness, Steven. I got a lot of work to do on my Disney trip next week.
I'm
Okay.
exhausted.
We did
Like,
Tom
it-
Sawyer
it-
Island. That was something we
Yep.
did, like the kids' first time in years since I've
Yeah,
been on it.
the kids like that a lot. That's
Yeah.
like kind of a fun like little thing.
I hadn't been over there in years.
The best thing is we also had the kids, and this was part of the Halloween Boo Bash too. Not Boo Bash, not so scary. Is we took the kids to see Country Bear Jamboree. For the first
That was
time.
the first time
Oh,
we
that's an
went there, too.
magical experience.
And Big Al came on, and I started laughing. He's like, "What's funny? What's funny? What's funny?" I'm like, "It's just gonna listen."
Well, also the highlight for the first time ever. Every time we went on Pirates, the person up in the little control room waved to us. We
Three-
Oh,
Three.
never has it happened.
What?
Three times it happened on this trip.
3 for 3.
I've
this
never
trip.
been waved to.
Never.
I'm glad you thought of that because I was like, I have to tell Tim. And I forgot.
I've
Yeah.
never been waved.
And
I'm gonna
actually,
try
one
it.
of them
I'm gonna
waved
try
twice.
it.
Yeah.
One of them waved twice because I waved, and then a little kid in the row in front of us waved.
At
And
the very least, we've established that we have now established they can at least see us.
Yes. Yeah.
They
That
acknowledge
was a mystery. That was a mystery that is now solved.
They usually wave at me.
Oh, here we go.
The prejudice against you.
To be fair,
That's because they know you hate the tiki room.
Exactly.
Wait, where did we go? And I made a comment that the clicks were louder on this ride than they were on the tiki room. What was it?
I don't know. Was it Pirates or was
It wasn't
Splash?
Small World. Splash.
Well,
It was terrible.
Listen, Splash, they just don't care anymore.
Yeah, stuff doesn't work.
I mean,
Animatronics aren't working.
you go into the laughing place scene, and the little turtles are just floating on nothing. They're supposed to be floating on water, shooting up. It's just
certain things aren't working.
they're just letting that go.
Riding that one out.
So I'm pretty sure that was the last time we.
By the time we go back again, it's.
I think
not
that'll
gonna
be
there.
shut down by the end of the year.
For sure.
Oh my. All right. So do we got some news on deck here, Sarah? What's
We
going
do.
on?
So sorry.
Also,
been an
one more
exciting
thing, if you have
No,
time,
it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
on your trip, if you have time, a little time to kill, just shoot over to Old Key West. We had a nice little time in the Gurgling Suitcase, that little bar that they have there.
Mhm.
You can take a
Play
little
Jimmy
boat ride
Buffett
to
music?
Disney, you can take a little boat ride to Disney Springs. It's nice
Mhm.
and quiet if you just need to chill.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I might be going there for some golf while I'm down there. So
Yeah,
might be playing the track over at Old Key West this
Yeah.
week, this upcoming trip.
that little bar is a small. There's like 3 tables in the bar. It's nice.
Gurgling suitcase.
Okay.
Working. What do I have? The turtle
I
coral?
will make a mental note,
Delicious.
but I'm not sure. We'll see.
All right, let's get into this. We don't have a whole ton, but what we do end with tonight is super important. So, as always, our quick diz mentions. I like to start off with speculation, and I finally have some. So, speculatory information, friends. Tron will open to Walt Disney World guests around early to mid-November. We have a tentative speculated opening. So according to the latest refurb calendar, Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland Light and Power Company, that's the gift shop that you go through when you exit Space Mountain, has been shut down because they're making that a combined exit for Tron. And oh my God, I thought that was a real cat. It's becoming an exit for both Tron and Space Mountain. So still closed when we went this past trip. So that is scheduled to reopen to guests on November 6th. So it's already been reported that the shop is closed for that construction, so they can make it into the exit for both of the attractions.
They're saving the announcement for D23. That'll be one of the announcements.
So bear in mind, it is speculation. Refurb calendars can shift with supply chain and weather and all that jazz. However, I would imagine the ride would not open before the exit would. So they are most likely waiting for an official opening date for the not so highly, anticipated ride to be made next month at the D23 Expo. So we finally got some speculation. Oh, I just hit my hand. Next up, Run Disney.
Some speculation.
Anyway. Run Disney has released their upcoming marathon weekend medals, and they are like totally rad. If you saw the art for it, you know it's like super 90s fantastic. And it is everything I would expect a retro 90s themed running event to look like. So if you've had a chance to see them, I do have it saved in my phone. I'm going to put it up on Quick Discook Insta. Donald and Daisy on the medal for the half is my fave. And then like a close runner up is the Goofy Challenge medal, because it looks like they have like a spinner piece behind it. So that's pretty exciting too.
Looks
so
like he looks like those old sunglasses.
Yes, they have the slats.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it looks like.
They became popular a few years ago and then quickly went back up.
You better get running, Johnny. You better get running.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
The Candlelight Processional is set to return to Epcot this winter holiday season during Festival of the Holidays. Jerry Bruckheimer confirms that an original Pirates of the Caribbean writer has joined the team for the upcoming sequel. No one is commenting about Johnny Depp. We're just talking about a writer for the show. Tangled Round ride has been confirmed to be built at Disneyland Paris. Right now, all they are confirming is a location and a name. They're saying it will most likely be announced at the D23 Expo with details, but I can imagine from Tangled Round, it's either like a scrambler, a carousel, teacup type thing, but it's going to be Tangled themed, which would be nice if we got something like that in Walt Disney World, considering the only Rapunzel stuff we have there is a bathroom. Nice bathroom. That's just the bathroom. We also have Beauty and the Beast live stage show has returned to its full stacking levels as of this past Saturday. So no more brevity in show times. They have the full cast up, so it will be a full show. Disney officially announced the end of their 50th anniversary celebrations. I know you only turn 50 once, but Disney really kind of drags out, birthday month, birthday year, birthday 16-month celebration, birthday
decade.
Hey, until it's time for like the 75th. I don't know. So they are announcing that they are concluding their 50th celebrations, which March 31st of 2023. Walt Disney World annual pass holders will see an increase in their discount between September 14th and October 14th. It must be their slow season, from 20% to 30% on a majority of merchandise at Disney-owned stores and properties that already accept the AP discount. So third-party properties like Mitsukoshi, things that don't already accept an annual pass holder, caricatures, silhouettes, those people, they're third-party vendors, so they will not accept it, so you won't get a discount, let alone an increase to 30%. And my favorite of the quick Diz mentions, as I was scrolling through social media, I'm crediting Trey Brown on the group that we're in, who literally posted, Tracy Morgan is at Epcot in case anyone cares. And just left it at that. Turned off all commenting, just left that one post, and that was it. And I literally giggled to myself. If anyone cares. I didn't see any pictures. Nobody else confirmed, but I just found it very funny and entertaining.
I like Tracy Morgan.
I do too. I just found it funny how he worded it. Quick Diz updates. We have a couple of them. Tusker House will continue to offer their family style dining, which was shifted with COVID through October 31st. However, it will shift back to buffet service on November 1st. So when they reopened after COVID, they went from buffet to family style, and now they're shifting back as of the 1st. Tron has been running while we were there. I did get a couple of videos. Johnny was very excited to point out while we're on the People Mover, so I was able to get just a tiny little snippet before we went into the building, but full testing of the light cycles with the lighting, show sound effects, the whole 9 are underway. It doesn't look like it's finished. The tunnel isn't finished. The exit isn't finished, but they're moving in positive directions. They're testing everything, light, sounds, and motors. Wasn't that a show?
They had a lot of work to do, like the whole entrance
around it. Yeah,
like walking up, there was still a lot of. They were moving sand around.
Yes, we did see new tracks laid for the railroad.
I didn't mean to see the track. We saw the tunnel. There was no tracks in the tunnel yet.
No, there was track behind the building,
but coming under,
but not in the tunnel.
On the sand, so for the base layer, I guess. But they still had a lot of concrete look to pour, like just for the walkway up to the ride itself.
The Walt Disney World Railroad has come out of its shed. We did have somebody post that they're out of their shed and they're being run, not on property, but like where they're stored just off property. I think they're just trying to keep things running and moving and lubricated so that when they are done, they're not like, well, they've been sitting for how many years now, they're going to fix everything. But I forgot to add that in, but I did remember that someone had posted that.
Just 3 years.
Maybe Sunday?
Just 3.5 years about this.
No biggie.
Yeah, not a big deal.
It's fine.
I think it was like February of 2019 sometime they stopped.
Moana's Journey of Water is coming right along. Again, taking the tram in between, monorail in between parks. We're able to kind of get a better look at it. Moana herself has been carved into rock formations. The Te Fiti's Heart Swirl has been carved in, as well as some Kakamura characters at the base of those formations. There's still a ton of work left to do, but it's cool that you can see some of the stuff like just on a quick monorail ride around that little entrance. But considering I think the last time we talked about it, they just like started pouring pilings. It's exciting to see. And last up on my quick Diz updates, which is exciting for me, cast member rehearsals for Fantasmic in Hollywood Studios has begun, which means that is an imminent return with their own announcement. So then 3 parks will have nighttime spectaculars. Epcot will have Harmonious. Hollywood will get Fantasmic back. Magic has Enchantment, which we were able to see one of the first couple days of this past trip. They added an additional piece at the very beginning of Enchantment, which was not there when we went in July or when we went previously and they had just started Enchantment. So
So
it's exciting.
they should have done it when they first started Enchantment because it was
It's like a
it was
dedication.
Walt
It
and
was
Roy.
very
Walt.
enchanting.
It was a whole
Oh.
intro from Walt and
'Cause
like
you
Roy.
are
It was
the
all old
magic.
clips, and then they had like Mickey talking and was introducing the whole show, which
They
should have made
should
sense
have done.
for the whole 50th celebration when it first started because it incorporated. It was good. It just should have been there from the beginning, which I don't see.
We were able
why
to see
it
some friends
wasn't.
and it's great. What else? So
Big
that's
question-
what I have.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I digress.
I was going to say the big question here for me and Steven is how many other different podcasts did you date while you were down there?
Just one.
Just one. It's the same
It's always
one.
just one, Steven.
It's the same
How it
one.
starts. Doesn't get any easier. Or it
No,
gets
we were
easier.
able to spend
Just gets
time.
easier from here, Jim. Stanley
We
says
were
in the
able
office.
You are a podcast polygamist.
Poly podcasterist. That's fine. No, so we were able to see some friends we made from the other podcast. It was really nice, even if it was just super brief. Our friend who's a cast member, we were able to say hi for like 5 minutes, and it was just great to see him and say hi. Some others live just outside of Disney, behind Disney Springs. We were able to spend an afternoon with them, and that was fantastic. The boys were excited to see their son.
They're
And then
behind
some-
He's behind Margaritaville.
Yes.
Much better than Springs.
Agreed. And then some friends we made this past marathon weekend while we drank around the world showcase. I was able to get in touch with them, and we met up with them for drinks at.
And they don't have a podcast.
Yeah, they don't have a podcast.
They
They're
work
just
at
like
the-
normal people.
They work at the boathouse.
They work at the boathouse, yes, and they're lovely people too. So Tori and Jeff, hey.
All right.
The boys are convinced that she's the bride from Haunted Mansion, and she's going to kill Jeff with an axe.
Oh,
So it's fine. Everything's fine.
that's pleasant.
Funny, we met over having Back to the Future tattoos. That's how we met.
And we've been like invested in their
It's-
lives.
He walked by and said, "Nice Back to the Future tattoo."
So what are you saying, Johnny? You want me and Steven to get back
I
to the
guess,
future
yeah.
tattoos? Is that
And
what we need to do?
He had it on his leg too. We had it. It was almost the same thing.
Lindsay's gonna get great Scott. And when they ask him about it, he goes, "Oh, Scott Fitzgerald, F. Scott Fitzgerald." Didn't he write something really famous? Who wrote F. Scott Fitzgerald?
Great Gatsby.
Anyway,
Moving
Great
forward.
Gatsby, yeah.
Great Gatsby.
Anyway,
Moving forward.
Apparently, we need to get tattoos to get noticed around here, or to get a little bit of loyalty.
well, this is where this comes into play.
These
So
two
our headline
floozies-
today.
You
These
can
two
get it if you
floozies
get
just
it.
go
If you
find
get
other podcasts.
Let's start.
to be
Me
done
and
with.
Steven are starting our own podcast.
I can help you if you get a tattoo. If you get a 12 by 12 tattoo of the Subway logo, you get Subway sandwiches for life. Just,
12 by 12, guys. That's all.
yeah, that's it.
Just
That's
for
not
your
bad.
information, I don't get There's a famous line. I don't get tattoos for the same reason that you don't put bumper stickers on Ferraris.
My favorite.
You comparing your body to a Ferrari?
Well, like a Pinto.
Oh, Jesus.
Old jalopy.
Yeah,
Well,
I was saying, mine's like a
I get a lot of
jalopy.
tattoos, so I guess I'm a
You're like a
2000.
Volkswagen bug.
Rusty
Littered with,
bumper.
littered with
2000
tattoos.
Camry.
You too can look like me.
Mater like tomato.
Could have pieces of flair.
Well, you
Oh my
gotta
god,
have
off the
flair.
rails. Everything's fine.
Minimum of 15 pieces of flair.
So if you want 16, just make it 16. All right. Our headline tonight, since it is getting a little bit later than normal, our headline tonight actually has to do with the other podcast that we've been seeing. I am going to turn it over to Johnny.
Where does
We
this
are-
end?
this is like a happy ending. It's fine.
This is
So
good.
betrayal.
No, it's not.
This is like
Listen.
you've been cheated on and then they're kicking you out.
Wait,
of the
let
house
me
and moving-
explain.
And moving in there with a new lover.
Hey,
Oh, we can all live in a big communal.
It
It's
expects us
not
to
getting
be
any
happy
better the more I
about it.
talk. What?
And expects us to be happy about it.
you
Yeah.
should
We
be.
love to tell you what's the amazing time.
This is a,
of putting on
this is a good reason for us to branch out. So I'm going to turn it over to Johnny, but it is a happy thing, I promise. So
So-
Johnny, it's all you.
Okay, so through this other podcast, which is
We will name it. Just relax.
it was formerly the Disney
Is there
Dads
somebody else?
It was the Disney Dads podcast, which is now known as the DDP Today podcast. But we've had Justin, who's one of the hosts on the show, on. And through this podcast, they have a like an offshoot running group, which I became a part of because I run a little bit. So through this, we're doing a bunch of us. I don't know, it's like 16, 17 of us are running in on marathon weekend. So through this, we've decided that we want to do we wanted to raise money. So we've gone with Give Kids the World, which is it's a big property down in Disney that basically, think of Make-A-Wish type of thing, but they provide basically a week-long vacation to a whole family with, I guess Make-A-Wish is kind of St. Jude. St. Jude, you don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to pay for anything. They fly you down. They put you up for a week at this. It's basically like a resort. They have rides there. You can eat ice cream whenever you want, but then they also have characters come from the parks. You can go to Universal. You can go to Disney. It's all paid by them. So we're trying to. I think it's $5,000, which this is
what we're trying to raise.
Base goal is $5,000 is enough to send a family down there. So through all of us and through
Away with Me travel.
Yes. So through all that, it's a big pool. We'll put a link, I guess, on something or on whatever.
Well, we can put it in the description.
We can put it in our Facebook page.
Just a link.
We can put it in the description too.
It's just a way to get it out there. You donate $1, everything adds up, $1, $5, whatever. It doesn't matter, but it's just basically to provide a critically ill kid and their family an opportunity that we get to do on a regular, as of late, a regular basis, but this is a once in a lifetime type trip. So we're just throwing that out there. And I would advise anybody just to go look up Give Kids the World, because it's all they don't everything's through donations, anything they've ever done. And basically they're one of the highest, if we whatever charity you see, and that only so many percentage goes to the actual charity. This is
100%.
It's not 100, but it's in the 90% goes to the charity as opposed to the executives and all that stuff. And it's just a way to help, I guess.
It's a good cause.
Yeah.
So through this, and then we will be having Justin again. He's already, he basically told me he invited himself on our podcast. So we'll be having him on at some point too.
See that, Lanzy's pushing his way right in.
Yeah.
He's been on the show before.
I know
him.
Stop sticking up for him.
It's through
what about us?
It's through him, that podcast. And then also we've had Craig McFarland on from Beyond the Mouse. He's part of that group too. So he's going to promote it on his podcast. So it's all. And according to this, it's coming out. What's the 1st? September 1st is tonight. I was also on their podcast, which is coming out tonight. So if you want to go listen to the whole more details behind it, look for the DDP Today podcast. Whatever episode comes out, I don't know what number they're on, but I had the pleasure of going on their podcast to discuss
just to warn that podcast. Just to warn that podcast of some trademark infringement with DDP. You know what? I hope they get sued.
So I didn't know that was like a thing
be a season
before.
It is a thing.
And I was scrolling, how Facebook suggests people groups you would like. And it said DDP yoga. And I was like, hey, you guys are starting a yoga group? And they're like, actually, this is a real thing. And then Johnny's like, oh, you didn't know? And I was like, no, I have no idea.
I've done it.
Go and yell at them.
I have done DDP yoga. It is a great program, especially for those who are a little limited. Like when I was sick and I was limited physically, and also if you have back pain and things like that. If you want to do yoga, great yoga program.
We need to get a backiotomy.
Well, if you look at Jake the Snake Roberts if you looked at what he used to be like and what he is now, it was all due to that DDP yoga too. So
somehow we're now plugging DDP yoga on our podcast as well.
This has taken a turn.
Well, I had to distract myself from the absolute heartache of just the floozies talking about how great it is with these other podcasts, and they make us laugh.
Singular.
Yeah.
Other podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Can
like
they do
Steven,
voices?
Tim,
And it
if
is
you
for a
guys
good
could-
cause.
If you guys could just stay home one night, we're gonna do this podcast.
Can they do
We're gonna do this
voices?
podcast. Yeah, can they do 1,000 voices, Johnny? Huh? Can they do that?
Yeah, I don't
They
think
did-
so.
Speaking of that, they did just do an episode last week. I have not listened to it yet.
Oh
but
boy, here it comes.
It's on their Patreon.
they did. He threw out names of
Different
Disney characters,
characters.
and they all had to imitate them. I'm not saying they were
See?
good. I didn't listen to it yet, but
Some of them are really good.
I didn't listen.
Oh,
Yet.
They were no
Sarah's sticking up
Lindsay.
for him over there.
But they did.
They
do
were no
voices.
Lindsay. They were good.
I may not have a Back to the Future tattoo, but if you want to hear Christopher Lloyd,
That guy.
All right.
seeing that I apparently look like Uncle Fester.
I love you.
Ah, that's funny.
I had a little bit of self-confidence coming into this podcast tonight, but I'm getting called ugly. It's just, excuse me, Uncle Fester, but let's face it, it's one and the same.
And who is Uncle Fester portrayed by?
Christopher Lloyd. That's twofer.
And some other actor that I don't know the name of back in the 50s or 60s.
Well, he was the Christopher Lloyd.
Great Scott.
Good Lord.
Anyway, it is a good cause. So, check it out,
Question.
yo. In the house, yo.
When are you guys running?
It is January.
Marathon weekend.
January 4th
Fourth?
to the 8th.
In Disney?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'll be flying down Thursday night, whatever night that is. And we fly home Monday night after the marathon.
All right.
Yeah.
All
the-
right.
The
Swing
donations
it if
go
you got a
till-
personal
The
day.
donations go till December 31st. So
I think you're gonna reach your goal.
I mean, I think
Well,
we have a
as of-
platform we can kind of reach some people, and
it
if you can't donate, then share.
It hasn't really been advertised all as much. It went out today. We're already at like $500. So it
Yeah.
should be good.
Which is awesome.
So hey, you get 5,000.
Well, tell Justin it's time to get a telethon going. We'll
Go
get
to
all the
10,000,
podcasts
get two
together, one
families
big
going.
show, and we will
If we sur-
podcast.
If they surpass their 5,000, then their next goal will be 10,000, so they can send 2 families. So, the more they raise, the more they can help. So, with great power.
Even if you go to Florida, you can volunteer at the Give Kids the World Village to yourself too. I don't know, they do something. The lights at Christmas.
I was just say
time.
the
If you're
lights.
there at
Is
Christmas
that
time,
Osborne?
it's-
Is that who Osborne
it's
donated
kind
their
of-
lights to?
it's- No, I don't think so. But it's kind of like the Osborne lights were. They basically just it's crazy how many lights they have there. So hey,
A lot of lights.
it's all donations, so it's beautiful. A million, whatever I don't even know what they call it. Night of a million.
Night of a Million
something like
Lights.
that. Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. Johnny was our headline tonight, and his run to raise money for Give Kids the World, which I know is a good charity because I've heard much things about it prior to this podcast.
I know Tim Tracker did a thing, I think last Christmas about Give Kids the World. He and Jen went down.
I mean, right across the street
Yeah.
from us, where that pool place. I don't know what the name of it is, but on their trailer they have I think they're
Oh,
partnered-
yeah.
they're partnered with Give Kids the World right
Mhm.
across the street. Yeah.
Yep.
They got it on there.
All over the place.
This is not an ad.
All right. It's late.
Happy week back at school, New England.
1 week away from Disney myself. Can't wait.
And it should be dead down there too, because it was pretty busy when we were down there. And then I guess this week it's been pretty quiet down there.
Because everybody went down when Florida went back to school, and now they're back to school. So
Yeah.
now it's actually dead.
Which
everybody-
it could be my strategy.
It could
to
be.
pay off.
Everybody had the same plan as us. Go back when Florida's in school. And it wasn't as busy as July, but it was still.
It was toasty.
If
It was
I get
hot,
down
though.
there and everything's walk on, I'm gonna be like vlogging, like, yeah, quick Diz takes. What's up now?
It was 90.
Maybe I'll find a
it was-
podcast down here to
it
hook
was-
up with.
It was 93 and humid every day, so be prepared for that.
Oh,
Like,
be prepared. I'm
Pulling
prepared.
Cal's personal fan.
Although, like Tim, if you find another podcast, I'm gonna be like a weird third wheel over here, just one podcast in it. Everyone else is seeing other podcasts.
No, I'm gonna. If I find another podcast, Steve, I'm gonna
Bring you in
text
on
you
that.
right away. And
Well,
I'm gonna get you in on this.
Or I will say that if it's all walk on, either I got to get another job other than teaching, or I got to find some orders with the reserve because then I can take some leave, during times.
Yeah.
like this. That'd be even better.
If Slinky Dog Dash like a 10-minute wait, I'll be like, yeah.
My friend from nutrition, I helped her book a trip. Her and her family are going, her sister and her son, and I think grandmother are going. They leave next week. So I was talking to her today at school, and she's like pumped. She's like, oh, I saw online the wait times are low. Someone put a picture up and Epcot is empty and Magic Kingdom's empty. And I was like, I know. And I'm here.
Oh, I hope so.
Slinky Dog was weird because you know how Slinky Dog has the line, then it comes out and they put all the umbrellas up on the outside.
Yeah.
The line was never back to those umbrellas, and it still said it was like an 80-minute wait or a 100-minute wait. So they're inflating those numbers a lot.
They're getting you, Johnny.
And it was
Don't let them get you.
even Smuggler's Run. That was one we didn't wait as long as the ride was either.
No, it said it was 45 and it took us about 20, 25.
Yeah, and we didn't get on Rise this time. We were doing the bounty hunter thing, so we didn't jump on it. They wanted to get all 20 guys.
See, I was right. The more time goes by, the more Rise becomes.
Well, we wanted
bet
to
it-
do Chewbacca
Well,
mode on Smuggler's
yeah.
Run. Didn't know.
Chewbacca mode.
Did you not know this?
Yeah, I know about it.
Oh,
We didn't
wait,
stay.
we talked about this.
we didn't
Did you
stay
do
at-
it?
We didn't stay at Hollywood that second night, so
Oh.
that's why we didn't go on Rise.
Yeah,
again,
it was
too.
like beyond
Mhm.
awful, and we
It was
left.
very busy that day, and it was hot, and it was I don't know. It was just
We
went
left.
back to
We
the
ended up using the pool, and
and went that's we went
Boathouse.
to Springs.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah.
And meeting up with other podcasts on the down low.
on the sneak.
On the down low.
We're honest about it. We tell you.
Yeah, after.
I didn't know you guys.
How about
were
a text
pro
while it's going
podcast to Swipe right on.
Can you imagine if there was like a Tinder but for podcasts? I mean, just
Probably is.
should trademark that.
I'm gonna catfish some other podcasts.
You're the worst.
All right, it's getting late.
Very much so.
I got
Delirium.
to go. Yo.
It's good to be back in kind of a routine every 2
Yeah,
weeks.
it's every 2 weeks. Every
I
2 weeks is
enjoyed
not
it.
bad. It's not bad.
I was thinking about it too. Like the amount of news I just gave you guys is from 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it works out.
Dribbling,
We haven't
dribbling.
seen each other for a while, and then like God only knows, like
Hey.
how many podcasts you guys have been dating in between the 2 weeks, and so there's much to talk about. Join us next time when Johnny and Sarah lead the podcast for another podcast.
I mean, if they're consistent, no, I'm just kidding.
See.
Always
All right.
looking for the BBD, the bigger, better deal.
Excuse
We're
me.
one of
What?
those. Like, we're one of those.
You ever watch The Mask?
We're like one of those sister
Yeah,
wives
here's-
families. We have multiples.
Yeah. I got you. All right. So next week, I'm in Disney. The week after, we're here talking about it. We will see how many people I can meet. I'm going to see if I can meet another podcast. Probably could if I really tried. God knows there's thousands of them now. But obviously we kid. But
Just
anyway,
walk up to somebody that's filming. They're a vlogger. So,
Yeah,
we saw
they-
plenty
We
of
saw
those.
so many random people that we have never seen before in our lives, like definitely just filming themselves
That
discussing.
woman at World of Disney, she had quite the setup. I don't even know. She had one of those. What do you call the ones that does it stays level? I can't
Yeah.
think of the name of
the
thing.
gimbal.
Yeah, she had like one of those, but she had like two phones on it, and
But she had
was-
one like around her
she
neck
had
that
a,
just pointed at her, and then
She
she
had
had
the
no.
little microphone and everything. She was,
Who was it?
I don't know.
Huh?
It wasn't
We
Molly
literally
from
just
All Ears
stared
Down That,
at
was it?
No, it wasn't
We
Molly.
stared at her
I
for
like
quite
Molly.
some time.
She's good.
Molly's not with All Ears, isn't? I thought they said she left.
She's on Mammoth now or something.
Yeah.
but she's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's on Mammoth Club. I'm looking at it right now in the corner of my screen. All right. We out. We'll see everybody in a couple weeks. We'll see what the world has to offer next week. Hopefully, I'm walking on rides, loving life.
probably.
Keep an eye out for those fundraising links.
Yes.
Coming
yes,
to-
yes, yes, yes. I will get that up. Johnny or Sarah, text me that link and I will get it up.
Absolutely.
All right. Good night and good luck.
Godspeed.
God bless.